All right, let's talk about the cloud. You've heard this term thrown around everywhere, right? It's on your phone, it's what powers your favorite streaming service, it's everything. And it can sound super complex, maybe a little intimidating. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain and make it all make sense.
I mean, seriously. The second you start looking into it, you get hit with this wall of acronyms. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, public cloud, private cloud. If your brain starts to fog up a little, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. It's like an alphabet soup of tech jargon. But it really doesn't have to be that complicated. Because believe it or not, this entire massive landscape, all that complexity, it really just boils down to two fundamental ideas. Seriously, that's it. Once you get these two concepts, everything else just kind of clicks into place. So you ready? Let's dive in. Okay, the first big idea is all about location. It's what people in the business call deployment models. But all that really means is answering one simple question. Where does all this computer stuff actually live, and who gets to use it? And honestly, the best way to wrap your head around this is with a super simple analogy. Just picture a public park that's open for everyone versus your own private garden in your backyard that's just for you. Keep that image in mind because it's the key to all of this. So first up, we've got the public cloud. This is the public park. It's this massive shared pool of resources, servers, storage, you name it, owned by a big company like Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud. Lots of different customers or tenants all share this infrastructure. So why do it? Well, it's super cost effective and you can scale up or down in a flash. It's perfect for a startup that can't afford a ton of hardware. And on the flip side, you have the private cloud. This is your private garden. All that computing infrastructure is dedicated to just one single organization. Nobody else is touching it. Now, you can probably guess who loves this, right? Banks, hospitals, government agencies, anyone dealing with super sensitive data who needs absolute control and ironclad security. So let's just put them side by side real quick. The public cloud is all about being shared, easy to access, and incredibly flexible. The private cloud is exclusive, buttoned-down secure, and gives you total control. It's that classic trade-off, openness versus control. But of course, you don't always have to choose. That's where the hybrid cloud comes in. It's exactly what it sounds like, a mix of both. Think about a retail company. They might run their public-facing website on the public cloud, so it can handle huge traffic spikes during a sale, but they'll keep all your credit card info locked down tight in their private cloud. It's the best of both worlds, really. It's all about flexibility. Okay, you with me? That was the where. Now for our second core idea, the service models. If deployment was about where the cloud lives, service models are all about how you actually use it, and more importantly, how much of the work you want to do yourself. And really, this whole thing boils down to a simple spectrum. On one end, you've got maximum granular control over everything. On the other end, you have maximum convenience, where it's all done for you. The big question for any company or developer is, where on that spectrum do you want to be? Now, this spectrum is usually broken down into three main layers, and they each build on top of the one before it. We start at the bottom with the foundational stuff, infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. Then we move up a level to platform as a service, PaaS. And at the very top, we have the most hands-off option, software as a service, or SaaS. Now take a look at this chart, because this visual says it all. As we go from left to right, from IaaS to SaaS, just watch what happens. See how that blue You Manage section gets smaller and smaller? The provider takes on more and more of the responsibility. This right here is the key. Let's break them down one by one. First up, IaaS. Here, the cloud provider just gives you the raw ingredients, the virtual servers, the storage, the networking. The analogy of leasing a plot of land is perfect. You've got the space, but it's up to you to build the house, do the plumbing, everything. This is for people who need maximum flexibility and want to build something completely custom from the ground up. Moving on up, we get to PaaS. Now, this is kind of the sweet spot. The provider handles all that infrastructure plus the operating system, the development tools, all that underlying stuff. Think of it like renting a fully equipped workshop. The power tools, the workbenches, it's all there waiting for you. This is a developer's dream because you can just focus on building your amazing app and not worry about managing servers. And finally, we get to SaaS. This is maximum convenience. The provider manages the entire shebang, and they just deliver a finished, ready-to-use piece of software to you over the internet. You're probably using a dozen SaaS products right now: Gmail, Office 365, Slack.
It's like taking a taxi. You just get in and go. No worrying about oil changes or software updates. It just works.
So there you have it. Those are the two big ideas. We've got the where and the how. Now, let's just click those two puzzle pieces together to build a super simple framework you can use to make sense of any cloud service you ever hear about.
And this is it. This is the whole thing in a nutshell. From this moment on, whenever you hear about some new cloud service, just ask yourself these two questions. Number one, where does it live? Is it public, private, or hybrid? And number two, how much of it do I have to manage? Is it IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS?
And boom, once you answer those two questions, you know exactly what that service is and how it fits into the big picture. You now have the keys to the kingdom. That confusing jargon isn't a barrier anymore. It's just a label on a map that you can now read perfectly. So now you've got the framework to navigate the world of cloud computing. But here's the thing. This world doesn't stand still for a second. The lines between these models are blurring, new ideas like serverless computing are taking off, which leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. What's the next evolution of the cloud really going to look like? What comes next?